Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have another cracking week's KEW action on the cards for you tonight. We'll get things started immediately with Dude Jeans taking on the Assassin for the Hardcore Championship. Dude Jeans, of course, winning his champion is a shot for the title in the last KEW Live, winning the Fatal 4-Way Hardcore. You'll see there's been a little few changes to the arena after some complaints about the white ring ropes. We're back to the black, and the turnbuckles have been toned down a little, and they've just got the single logo on now. Dude Jeans, here he is then, the challenger, making his way to the ring as the Hardcore Championship will be on the line coming up very, very shortly for you, ladies and gentlemen. We do, of course, have later on the champion himself returning to the ring after his extended hiatus. Of course, we spoke briefly at the end of last week about the trolling he'd suffered on Twitter over the last few weeks whilst he's been off enjoying an extended break. And we understand the trolling, since it was brought by us to the attention of the KEW faithful, has only got worse, really. The main ringleader in it, the Skeleton King, he's been relentless in his denial of Ben's championship, claiming he's a false champion. Only time will tell if this Twitter troll will cause any kind of off-putting atmosphere in the KEW for the champion. We'll focus here on the Hardcore Championship as the champion makes his way down to the ring. The Assassin then won the championship, of course, at the last main pay-per-view, taking it off of the BFG, and now gets to defend his title after last week being in tag team action against the Safety Men and winning that one pretty resoundingly with his tag team partner Big Bird, a partnership that has proved fruitful as it has brought him to the bronze embossed title that is the Hardcore Championship. And they'll be focused trying to see if they can get those tag team titles back around their waists, I dare say, in the coming weeks. And we do have the tag team champions in action later today. They'll be taking on the Misfits. Of course, the Misfits turned up on the stage to call out our tag team champions, provide a bit of unwarranted subterfuge to them as well. Here we go then. This will be a cracking first match for the evening as we have the Assassin taking on Dude Jeans.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, weighing in at 100 pounds.
There he is, Dude Jeans in the corner, ready to go. He's not a man who's afraid not to mix it up.
Weighing in at 191 pounds, the Hardcore Champion.
And the Assassin ready to go as well. Has the belt there. He will, of course, look to defend this and hold on to it going into the next main pay-per-view. These hardcore matches are a tough old slog as well, which is why we don't see many a time that the championship is put on offer in between pay-per-views. So this will be a real opportunity for Dude Jeans if he can take the Hardcore Championship here. He knows he'll probably be in hold of it as we go into our next main pay-per-view, but immediately the Assassin pushes him off and gives him a Hurricanrana down to the ground, and you've got to wonder if this one might be a step too far for Dude Jeans. He is a storied wrestler who's got plenty of experience in the KEW and is a former tag team champion himself, but in the singles events he's not really got the prowess that the younger Assassin has. I have to see if he's able to make use of anything under the ring that might sway the battle in his way. So far though, an early assault from the Assassin. As you see there, the Assassin, mistiming that, diving over the top rope, but missed Dude Jeans as he was getting the table out from under the ring, as he now slams it in the face of the Assassin and then throws it at him on the floor. I said that might be the way that Dude Jeans might swing this one, as if he can get some tools out from under the ring to really get his upper hand there, and you can see as he rams the head of the assassin squarely into the table, now sends him flying into those steel ring steps there. The assassin caught sleeping early doors here by Dude Jeans, who's using the tools of the craft available to him in this Hardcore Championship match to really take it to his opponent. Diving on the floor now, Dude Jeans misses the assassin as he's quickly back to his feet, gets hold of Dude Jeans and slams his head into the edge of the ring there, those hard edges of the ring where there's obviously not as much of the soft matting for them to bounce off of. Now the assassin looking for something special under the table. He has a trash can, and Dude Jeans flying out of the ring but completely misses him and gets a trash can in the back of the head for his troubles. The fans shouting, "We want a table." There's one out, but I don't think the two wrestlers are too bothered about it. The assassin now leaping back into the ring as Dude Jeans is in there. A little drop kick there from the man with the sandals, and now he looks like he's going to charge out of the ring again. He's missed it a second time as the assassin neatly skips over the steps and away. A shot to the back now, and another moonsault there from the assassin straight onto Dude Jeans, and he's down and in a spot of bother on the outside. A furious kick and punch there. Now, oh, big flipping drive there from the assassin, showing off the athleticism that he has on display, that unique maneuverability that he has, flipping around with the diving elements to it as well. A little shot to the arm, and now he's going back under the ring, not content with the trash can and the table already out. He's got a stop sign here, and look at that, he's already threatening Dude Jeans with it from a distance, and now Dude Jeans on the floor gets the stop sign tossed into the midriff there, and this might be a soon time for the assassin to put this one to bed, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe that's what he's thinking now. Throws Dude Jeans back into the ring, and you've got to wonder how much more punishment the older man can take here. The assassin rolls him over, and has Dude Jeans had enough punishment? One. Just a one count. Dude Jeans says, "I can keep going all day, son." That stop sign means nothing to me. Us hippies used to take stop signs to the face like a champion when the police used to be attacking us with them back in Woodstock. Pixie stop sign up off the floor now and gets back into the ring with it. I think this might be shortly ending in his own face if he's not careful. The assassin, oh, missed his move there, and Dude Jeans neatly stops himself on the ropes, and then a nice sliding sliding drop kick there, shoving the feet into the Ajaxico of the assassin as he throws him across the ring, and he rolls out from under the ropes for a little breather, and Dude Jeans now not giving him the time. Big shots to the back there as he stumbles a little there, gets on him, spins around now, and a little hurricanrana to drag his man down to the ground. And you can hear the KW fans not entirely impressed with what they've seen from the Hardcore Champion. They expected pure dominance here. A little drop kick from those sandals in the back there, but he's quickly up to his feet, and Dude Jeans was caught taking a nap, maybe a bit of narcolepsy setting in, and the older man, he looked like he'd fallen asleep, and his head bounced off that ring mat again. Another time there from the assassin. The assassin really looking to put dividends here and put maybe the Dude Jeans to bed. He has that stop sign now and launches it out of the ring and hops over the top rope to go back after Dude Jeans, but Dude Jeans has broken it up and seen him come in, throws him back in the ring. The assassin up to his feet though and waiting in line for Dude Jeans as he goes and gets the steel chair from under the ring. Well, I think that's going to be in his face very shortly, but mind you, the assassin's missed there, and Dude Jeans just walking away with the steel chair. What on earth's he doing? Maybe he thought he'd be down for longer. Old face buster almost put him on the steel chair, pinning him on the chair now. One. Just a one count, no. Dude Jeans a little bit left in the tank still yet as that steel chair is skittering around, rolls off it now. Big clothesline there. And another one. Looks like the assassin's going down on that steel chair. Little leg drag there, landing awkwardly next to that steel chair. He's got to be careful of that. Big drop kick there from Dude Jeans, right to the face with the double sandals there. And now has the assassin in the middle of the ring, just where he wants him. Little shot to the back there. Picks the leg up now, going at it, working the legs and the base of the assassin, trying to really take out those key points so he doesn't have that high flying ability. Shot to the face now, has hold him from the back. The scientific twist there. Goes for the cover now. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. The assassin gets a shoulder up quickly there. Make sure he doesn't sustain a shock loss of his Hardcore Championship. The assassin now slow back to his feet as Dude Jeans has a ladder from under the ring, and he's got the ladder set up here as the assassin hops outside. Oh, face buster there, straight onto the table, catching the edge of the table in his face there, and a big hurricanrana here, dragging him down by those steel steps. He's rolling around on the floor now in a bit of pain. Oh, the guitar shot now to the back of the head from Dude Jeans as playing him a good tune there on the back of his head as he's whipped into those nasty steel steps yet again. Picks him up now, flips him over the assassin's edge there, and down goes Dude Jeans. Looks like he's out for the count now, ladies and gentlemen, splayed out on the floor. Dude, the assassin, taking his time, wandering around the ring. I don't know where he's going here or what he's looking for. Perhaps he's taking the long way. He is definitely taking the long way around. Dude Jeans is up and races off down the outside of the arena now and whips the assassin down. Poor ring management there from the assassin. You should know in these hardcore matches, you've really got to take advantage whilst you're on top. The assassin now spinning around, goes for a tornado DDT. Oh, flips it into a tornado stunner there, it looked like. And Dude Jeans once again is down. And the assassin now taking his time. Looks like he's sliding in the ring. And I think he might just, he's going after the steel chair, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder what he was doing. He's taking his time to get there. And he's picked up the steel chair, and I think he's about to introduce it to Dude Jeans' face. He's threatening with it there. Has hold of it now, but Dude Jeans breaks it off of him at the last minute. And now gets hold of the assassin and throws him down as he falls down awkwardly next to that table on the edge. Gets hold of the leg now. Again, working for those legs, trying to weaken that high-flying base of the assassin. Now Dude Jeans taking his time to take a little breather and a walk down the other side. He's got the steel chair in to be hurricaned down on the outside by the assassin, who now has the table as provided earlier and launches it at Dude Jeans. He got caught up on the ring, it looks like there. Didn't quite make a firm contact that he would have liked. Furious chops now from the assassin. Picks him up onto the shoulders, carries him around and slams him down there. And now Dude Jeans is in a real predicament here. If the assassin can get him back in the ring, surely all he's got to do is get the pin, and it's a title defense for him. Dude Jeans in the center of the ring, hops over the ropes now and says to him, anytime you want to get up, let's put this one to bed. Gives him a kick to the guts, has hold of him by the head, snap DDT, and down he goes off the mat. Hooks the leg for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and that's enough to put it away. The damage done to Dude Jeans. He crawls to the corner, the assassin with the title defense, and he looks like a mean and moody one to try and take that hardcore belt off.
Hardcore champion.
We're a little surprised in honesty, says the referee, put it on my shoulder. The ref says, oh no, I can't do that, can't show favouritism, and he snaps it off the referee. But as I was saying, it was a little bit of a shock that Dude Jeans made it into the finals here for the Hardcore Championship. I think he's saying to anyone in the locker room, come out and give it a go if you think you're hard enough. And I think they'll struggle to take that championship off of him. He is a deadly man once he's got a title on him. We have now, of course, the tag team match. We'll see the Misfits, who came out and taunted the safety men last week after the safety men lost to the Falcon and the Eagle. It was in many ways a surprising loss. Our tag team champions have not looked at it since they've taken the championship, but this will be an opportunity for them to maybe get one up. And here they are making their way to the ring. The Misfits, oh, and in straight away the safety men out on the ramp, assaulting them from behind. They didn't even let them get down into the ring, and they're beating the life out of them out down there. They're ready to go. They say, you wanted to come and try and mock us, we'll show you what we're all about. The Big Dan now taking no time and running and getting to the ring, leaving the Yeti and Atomic Andy on the outside, and Andy's been thrown into the ring and now climbs. There's the Yeti onto the edge, and big headbutt there. The referee's got a 1 count going, and it's the bell's gone. He goes for the cover on Atomic Andy. Just a 1 count there, though. Of course, Atomic Andy and the Yeti have a fierce rivalry in the KEW. Stems from the elimination of Atomic Andy at the hands of the Yeti in the Royal Rumble, and since then he's not been able to forgive him. He wanted to use that to propel himself up the KEW and maybe get the last minute shot at the KEW title for the main pay-per-view, instead of which back to the tag ranks for him. There's now Big Dan's in the ring, big chop down to the ground. We do of course have coming up later for you today a couple of real treat matches. We'll see the KEW champion on in action later today with Benji taking on the Ploughman, and we will have our final match for the evening being a HMV qualifying match. It sees the Big Bird taking on James the Cat, and of course James the Cat a little bit angry at Big Bird where he wouldn't let him compete in the Royal Rumble. He was the only man to miss out in that Rumble, so a little bit of heated history there, which have met since then, but it's it's not been all Big Bird's way, and James the Cat might have a little bit left in the tank, left to go at Big Bird in that one. We'll focus back on the action here then. You can see, as we've had the Turkish Mountain so far has been taking it to Andy in the ring. And you can see there, stretching him over the knee. And Andy's in a spot of bother already, and again it's a similar recipe for the safety men. Since they've had the tag team titles, they have not looked up to the mustard. They just Andy just keeps getting stuck in the ring. He's in there for far too long, it seems. He gets worn down far too quickly, and the firefighter, big elbow drop there from the Turkish Mountain, goes for the cover here, and the firefighter's in immediately, does not trust Andy to have the ability to kick out of that. And the Turkish Mountain now showing off to the KEW faithful. He is, of course, a monstrously huge man as he climbs through the top rope again. He's surely too big of a man to be up the top rope. But Andy slow back to his feet now, and the Mountain's not done inflicting the punishment yet. Diving off. Oh, Andy catches him mid-dive though, showing the power himself. Flips him over and slams him down with a side slam there. Now whips him into the corner. And now maybe he'll look to potentially do a bit of damage and then get the tag into the firefighter and get the fresher man into the ring. You'd have said otherwise that surprise start would have been wasted from both Andy and the firefighter jumping the Misfits on the ramp as they did. And since then Andy's not really used that momentum to his advantage. He's got hold of the Turkish Mountain now by the throat, and a big punch to the guts drops him down to the ground. And now Andy's taking some of that aggression out. As mentioned earlier, he does seem to be an angry wrestler in the KEW. Drags the Turkish Mountain off to one side now and then goes for the stomp, but he rolls out of the way smartly. Gets hold of him now, lifts him high onto the side and slams him down. Nice sidewalk slam there from the Turkish Mountain. You can see he wants to tag the firefighter, and Andy dives and gets the tag there, and the firefighter's in, only to get a swinging neck breaker there from the Turkish Mountain, who goes for the cover immediately, gets one count, and immediately the firefighter gets a shoulder up as Andy's slow back onto the edge of the apron there, climbing up now. Turkish Mountain picks up his man, another giant sidewalk slam there. He appears to be staring at Andy all the time there, and you can see Andy's returning the favour with the eyes locked on the Turkish Mountain, and a big German suplex there, rolls his man back up on a big clothesline, sending him flying through the air, goes for the pin now, and Andy now, not trusting his teammate to kick out of it, gets in and breaks the pin up very rapidly now, and the Turkish Mountain will now tag the Yeti in, and that might be a wise move here, but it looks like the Misfits are the tag team to potentially be beating at the moment. Whips into the ropes, big side slam there as the firefighter is driven down into the matting, goes for the cover as well. 1, 2, well, not even a 2 count there. You've got to expect sooner or later that these tag team titles are going to have to be put on the line though in the KEW. How many more times can the firefighters lose and not manage to defend their titles? Big knee drop there straight into the face of the firefighter, and the Yeti looking fired up and ready to go as the firefighter slowly back to his feet. The Yeti helps him up, grabs hold of him, whips him now over the top rope and onto the apron. Big punch to the face here, and I think he might be lifting him up and destroying the back of the firefighter. He does indeed do that, drops him back first onto the edge of that hard apron there. Big shot on the outside, blocks the second one, throws the fist away. He's in the middle of the ring now and dives for the tag there. The Yeti racing across the ring, big clothesline, drags Andy down, and again the tag team champions slow out of their gates. It's like they've barely got a hit in on the Misfits so far. The Misfits fresh and ready. Whips Andy into the corner, and if he tags the Turkish Mountain back in soon, it might be good night for Andy. Puts him on the top corner here. Look at the shot here, big punch to the ribs, and is it going to be the power on display? Oh, look at this, choking Andy, bending him awkwardly over the back there, and drops him outside the ring right next to the Mountain, who's applauding what he saw there, and he turns his attention now to Andy on the outside, picks him up back to his feet. He might look to put him back in the ring to finish him off. No, scoops him up, and he might slam him down here. Big side slam there, and up goes the firefighter, and down he goes. His back almost broken in half, and Craig screams to the KEW fans as Andy now back down on the outside, and Cold Ears charges around there to go and get him. Andy throws his man back in the ring, and then goes straight back after Big Dan. Has hold of him from behind. We're on a 5 count now already, and Cold Ears is happy to wait his turn in the ring, but it looks like Andy's taken out the Turkish Mountain with some sort of death grip there on the shoulders, and the Yeti now looks like he's trying to climb out of the ring just to maybe get a little breather. The firefighter dives out next to him. Andy, oh, looked dazed and confused for a minute there. Maybe he'd used up too much energy of that Vulcan-like death grip on the Turkish Mountain on the outside, but gets the big clothesline from the Yeti, and he went then for the pin, and now he tags in the Turkish Mountain, who was almost just put to sleep by Andy. It looked like on the outside, goes for the kick and misses it completely, and could this be the turning point the safety men need? Big choke slam there from Andy, gets over the Turkish Mountain now, beating the head onto the matting there, staring all the time at Cold Ears, now wanders over and tags in the firefighter. I'm not so sure he was the freshest man you could have tagged in. Would have thought the big fella would have stayed in and done big fella on a big fella, but here we go. Turkish Mountain's in, picks up the firefighter and tosses him across the ring now, and he's down, and then a spot of bother. He is a man though who have plenty of stamina, as we've mentioned before in the KEW. He is a bit of an awkward wrestler, takes a little while to get going in matches sometimes, but can surprise you with his ability to keep coming back. Big Hurricanrana there, and then Big Dan rolls out of the ring there for a little breather, climbs back in swiftly now, looking for more action with a firefighter. He gets a few furious blows into the guts there to ward off the advances from the Turkish Mountain. Into the corner he goes now. You could see it looked there though like the firefighter was visibly tired as he took a very slow walk back over to the corner. And Turkish Mountain now picks him up, and oh, down he goes, slamming the face onto the floor, goes for the pin, and immediately Andy's in to break it up before anything else disastrous can happen, and he doesn't want another loss on the resume. And now look at this, the Turkish Mountain has hold of Andy, and it's given him a good beating on the side of the apron here, taking out his aggression right on the chest of the big fella, and down he goes, and in comes the firefighter back into the ring. He waited patiently on the apron there. He was going to help his tag partner out. Slammed down by Big Dan, the Turkish Mountain. Waiting patiently now on the top turnbuckle. God knows what he's got in store from up there. A man that large shouldn't be on the top rope, and the firefighter catches him now and throws him down to the middle of the apron. And now the Turkish Mountain looking for the tag to the Yeti, and the firefighter lets him get it, goes for the boot and misses it completely, and now that might be enough to allow the Yeti back in, but the firefighter battles back out of it. And again, I said the resilience of the firefighter on display here, ladies and gentlemen. Goes to try and scoop Cold Ears up though, and he gets hold of him, showing his resilience off as well. Rolls him up now, power bombs him down, almost power bombed him through the ring there. Goes for the cover, 1, 2, just a 2 count there though. The firefighter managed to get the shoulder up somehow. We're not quite sure how, ladies and gentlemen. Now he's getting his head pummeled in to the ring there, into the middle of the KW signia, in the middle of the matting. Picked up now, a little eye rake there, and a shot to the back. He is one of the nastier wrestlers in the KW, the Yeti. Perhaps that's why Andy takes particularly offence to him. Goes for the pin again now. Look at this, he's got the legs on the rope here. 1, 2, 3, he pins him with the legs on the rope. Andy will say to the referee, what are you looking at, mate? Are you blind? How did you not see him cheating there with the legs on the rope? They will not take this laying down lightly, the safety men. They will not have enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. Came out, jumped the Misfits, only to then lose the match eventually, as the Misfits are able to pull off a shock victory, you may say, looking at it on paper, against the tag team champions. Although if you watch the match in the ring, I wouldn't have called that a shock at all. Misfits deserving of their victory, really, and only time will tell how long the safety men can go denying title opportunities to them and anybody else in the KW locker room. We'll move up now to our next match for the evening. We'll see our KW champion Benji taking on the Ploughman. This one could be a cracker, ladies and gentlemen. Benji, of course, has had a little bit of a rework in his time off and sports the family plaid, as is customary. There we go, the Ploughman in the ring, and here he comes. And oh, who the hell is that? Out of the locker room, somebody is now assaulting Benji. It looks like it says Majesty on his back, but that can't be, surely. He's sent back to the locker room, whoever it is, told to get back in there. You can see Benji with the family red plaid now, and didn't even have the title with him, was coming down maybe to see the Plowman and cut a little promo in the ring, and gets jumped by some sort of skeleton warrior. It couldn't be, ladies and gentlemen, could it? It says Majesty on the back, and he's dressed like a skeleton. Well, we warned about the skeleton who'd been trolling Benji online before he'd come back to his return to the KEW, and I wouldn't have thought that it would have been somebody else in the locker room, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact he says Majesty on the back as well, it can only be one person. Surely it can only be the man formerly known as Mark the Magnificent, who had Majesty on the back of his previous outfit. It looked like him from the size and the profile of the wee fella. Flying out of the locker room, and of course, Benji defeated Mark for the KEW title at the last main pay-per-view, and we've not seen either man since. It looks like Benji's lost a bit of muscle mass since then. You can see he's a leaner athlete now. Like I said, he's sporting the family plaid, as both Atomic Andy and him have adopted it this year. Benji with the red, Andy with the yellow, and Benji has a much more detailed costume as an entrance person as well, which maybe we'll get to see him wear at some point in the future. But what an explosive start to the match. Came out, assaulted Benji. Like I mentioned, of course, Benji beat him to defend the title at the main pay-per-view last time around. And Mark, since then, evidently, if he's the Skeleton King, well, he's been trolling our KEW champion online since then, trying to drum up support for himself, it seems, as some sort of vigilante who can take down this conspiracy, is what he really calls it, that the KEW champion stole the title off him. He said as well, we're getting another tweet coming in to us live from the Skeleton King. Ladies and gentlemen, he says this isn't the first or last time that he will see Benji. And yes, there's a picture of a steel chair attached as well, ladies and gentlemen. He says he hopes he gets acquainted with this very soon. He'll be seeing a lot of it. Well, the empty threats potentially from the Skeleton King. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks as though he's come in and tried to do a number on Benji. The two of them, of course, have a fierce rivalry that has stretched since their tag team fell apart, ladies and gentlemen, and has gone on since then to see some real battles in the KEW. And Benji goes for the cover here to finish off the Plowman. The Plowman kicks out at one there, though. As I mentioned, it's seen them really have some vicious battles in the KEW. Mark clearly not happy about the title loss. Maybe he's looking this time for something different. Maybe he's not looking for the gold at all. The threats of the steel chair, rushing out and assaulting Benji. Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen, what the crazy man has in store. But it really seems as if he's gone from being just a regular KEW athlete to being one of these people now where they couldn't handle the pressure. They've slipped a little, and they've really decided to try and take their vengeance out on one particular person in the KEW. And Mark, of course, will blame Benji for that, not least for the title defeat, but also the many matches in between, the breakup of the square watermelons, and he'll do whatever he can, I guess, to ensure that Benji isn't able to compete at full power in the KEW in the coming weeks. Anything he can do, I guess, to take down the KEW champion, he'll see as a positive now. The Plowman here, though, using that early advantage of Mark attacking Benji as he was making his way into the ring, using it to try and take Benji down now. Maybe put him out of action, as we've seen already. The Dark Acolytes of the Kasuja's Coven have already taken out the Spyclops. Maybe Mark took a little bit of inspiration from them. It's certainly a very menacing threat from him. Benji now lets the Plowman roll into the corner, and big butt stomp there. It certainly doesn't look like it's put the KEW champion off much, as he's taking it to the Plowman here. Gets hold of the Plowman now, whips him around, has hold of him from behind, wraps him up here. And is he going to put the Ploughman to sleep here? Will the Ploughman tap out of this one? No, the Ploughman doesn't quite give up there, but Benji might have done the damage. Enough there. Hooks the leg as the Ploughman got enough left in the tank to kick out. 2, 3. Benji puts it away. A convincing victory for Benji. He won't have enjoyed being assaulted on the ramp like that, but the KEW champion will be happy that he got a victory nevertheless. And he'll... there you go, look at that, maybe a message there to Mark in the locker room in the back. Says, anytime you want to step to me, I'm number 1. I am the KEW's premier athlete. And I'll take you on anytime, sunshine. Well, goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we've not seen our champion, or we hadn't seen Mark for months. And Mark had been told to report to the KEW many months before that, and we hadn't seen him. The CEO here taking out in action last. He'll have things to think about as what he can do to stop his KEW champion being assaulted again by the crazed Skeletons King, as he now is going by, clearly. We'll move on then, though, and focus on this one here, because this deserves our attention. It is for a qualifying match for the HMV Steelbook briefcase ladder match, and here comes our CEO. You'll see he's abandoned the American flag this year, making use of some of the pyrotechnics that he of course has the extra money for this off season. The CEO then focused. He'll have to try and be here. He'll have many a thing to think about. Many an athlete will be knocking on his door afterwards as well. He's got to try and stay focused though, because James the Cat, like I said, has his own beef with the CEO. As he makes his way into the ring in the chicken costume, the Big Bird outfit. But as we know, he'll have to try and deal with Mark. He appears to have gone absolutely crazy. And he'll have to, of course, try and satisfy the Misfits as well. We'll be asking the very serious question, when do we get a KEW title shot? When do we get the tag team titles? It's the 3rd time in as many weeks that the tag team champions have lost. Will they be able to get it together and pull it round for the tag team title match? Here comes James the Cat then. As I mentioned, has his own beef with the CEO. Wanted to know why he was left out of the Royal Rumble. Wasn't given a properly decent reason. And since then has had a bit of an issue with the establishment. Was given the opportunity to try and take on the CEO. Lost to the assassin at the first time of asking. And then eventually got his shot against the CEO. But it ended up only an abject failure. You'll know that this one, though, has an extra deep meaning to it. If you can win the HMV qualifying match, getting the contest for the main event itself, then winning that briefcase could be the difference between being just an average KEW athlete and being the KEW champion. It's all about getting the briefcase and cashing it in at the right time. We saw the Ploughman try to last year. It backfired. Who, ladies and gentlemen, will win it this year? He looks focused, does the CEO. Perhaps he's a little bit aggrieved at what he's just seen as well, seeing Mark come out and assault the KEW champion. He'll be happy at least, though, that his champion managed to put away the Ploughman. Goes for the suplex, and you can see already there the focus of Big Bird. Should have just pulled off a quick suplex on James the Cat. Lets him roll out the back of him instead, though, trying to show off the power. Perhaps his mind not entirely focused on this one, as James the Cat now begins an assault on the CEO. And like I said, James will have his own personal grievances here, where he'll be saying to him, I should be the shouldn't have been the man left out of the Royal Rumble. I don't know why you did leave me out. Big shot to the arm there. Gets hold of the head now. Furious fists here, beating the life out of him. Giving him a good punching to the face as James the Cat goes up to the top rope here. The referee in the way, flies over the referee, clearing him comfortably. Big body splash, goes for the cover. One, just a 1 count, no. The CEO able to throw him off and kick out pretty swiftly. Now Big Bird might be able to begin his assault as James the Cat was a little slow back up to him. Big chop there, puts the leg over the ropes, and now wrenching the leg over the ropes, trying to maybe damage the knees of James the Cat. He knows that he is an athlete who has some explosive moves in the locker for him, and if he can just use his brute strength and power, he might be able to overwhelm James the Cat. Well, how much of the early start that James the Cat got will play to his advantage here, and said about the brute strength there on display again from the CEO as he drops James the Cat square on his face, and a shot to the back of the kidneys there. That's a painful one there, but a little chin breaker from James the Cat gets him off of him. Now gets hold of the CEO, spins him around and shoulder charges him down. He is a man who has his own power element as well to his game. Oh, goes for the body splash but misses it as Big Bird gets out of the way. Both men slow back to their feet, but the CEO slightly faster. Gets hold of James the Cat now, lifts him up and chokes him on the ropes there, trying to win his opponent. Goes for the cover maybe whilst he's winded. One, just a 1 count though. James the Cat recovers his breath quickly to get his legs up there, and now rolling around like a crocodile here. The crocodile rolls, have seen these before. Slams his man down, picks him up and slams him again onto his face, and James the Cat rolls towards the ropes, and only able for a small breather here, and Big Bird rolls him up now onto the shoulders, power bombs him down, and all the early momentum James the Cat has might have been beaten out of him now. Into the ropes he goes, over goes the CEO, under he goes, towards him comes James the Cat, swings him around for a swinging net breaker there. Good move from the CEO, lets James the Cat roll out now onto the edge of the outside for a little breather. Slow back to his feet as the CEO dives over the top rope and takes him down with a suicide dive. Goodness gracious me, a man that big and that old shouldn't be flying across the top of the rope like that so easily. James the Cat now on the outside drags his man down and screams to the KW faithful. He needs some sort of support from them to try and get himself back into the match. Has hold of the legs now. Big stomp on the guts here. Walking across the KW's CEO. Picks him up now. Has him back to his feet. Whips him towards, straight across the KW's announce table there, off the corner of it. You can see it's an newly on a table. We've got a new graphic just in the centre of it rather than splayed across all elements of it. Climbs up into the ring now. Big kick to the back there, straight in the spine of the CEO, trying to maybe weaken those back muscles. If he can't lift him as well, then he knows the power's gone. Stunner! That might be enough to put him away. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. He gets a shoulder up there. The CEO will know as well that if he gets control of the briefcase, it'll be a real upper hand for him. He can then use it to go back after the KW Championship, a championship that he lost to Benji, of course, and he'll be eager to try and get that championship back. James the Cat off the rope, spinning DDT there. Good tornado DDT from James the Cat. Dances now out of the way, does the CEO. Gets the kick to the guts of his own. Scoops James the Cat onto the shoulder. Danger territory as he slams him down firmly into the mat, almost putting through the ring with it. Goes for the cover, gets the 2 count as James the Cat gets a shoulder up there. James the Cat might be in a spot of bother now. The CEO's allowed to get the power game going. Like I said, if he can just overwhelm him with sheer power and brute force, it might be enough to put James the Cat away. James the Cat now scoops him up though, showing his own power on display on the shoulder and chokes him on the ropes. Says, how do you like it? Off the ropes now, goes for the body splash again. You can see, looks like some damage might have been done to the ribs of the CEO. James the Cat taking the time to talk to the KW fans. He jumps off the ropes and another tornado DDT, planting the CEO's face firmly into the mat. Gets him up off the floor now, picks him up. But a big knee from the CEO and a big right fist. Has hold of James the Cat from behind. He's got that funky submission locked in where he just wrenches on the arms, on the back of the neck, trying to maybe do the damage there to the shoulders and the neck. Has James the Cat got enough to get out of it? He doesn't, but the ref tells him, get off him, you brute. And eventually he has to listen to the referee's complaints. Throws James the Cat now onto the edge of the rope here. Went for what looked like it might have been a spear to charge James the Cat off the ropes. Goes for the spear now. Might have snapped James the Cat in half. That's surely got going to be enough to put the KEW's James the Cat away. 1, 2. Oh, he gets a shoulder up somehow though, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how James the Cat's still battling out of that one. Goodness gracious me, many a man has been torn in half by that spear. Now he lets him crawl into the corner and spears him in there as well, on a big knee to the face of James the Cat, and he is down and in some serious trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how he managed to kick out of that spear, but now the big bird looks to put him away with a high flying move from the top ropes, diving off, massive elbow straight to the sternum of James the Cat, and you've got to wonder how much damage has been done to those ribs of James, taking that spear as flush as he did from the CEO. Their massive shoulders to be getting a spear from, rams the arm into the floor now. James the Cat rolling around in pain on the centre of the KEW's ring as he tugs on the leg to his big bird, working the legs of James the Cat, working every part of the body that he can. Big shots to the face there. James slow back to his feet. The CEO now whips him into the ropes. Big back elbow there, drops James down, a little jog, and he says to the fans, I'm ready and fired up, and it looks like there might be some more blood seeping off the head of the CEO as he used those crocodile rolls again to slam James down once and time again into the KEW's ring in the middle of the matting there. Scoops him back to his feet now. Gets hold of him. James the Cat reverses though at the last minute. Big elbow there from James the Cat, and he needs a bit of a momentum shifter here. Big boot sends the CEO down. The CEO can't climb up the ropes fast enough. Has he used of all of his momentum? Oh, James the Cat looks like might have gone for a stunner, but now the CEO reverses fates, scoops him onto the shoulders, slams him down on his face, and that might be enough. Good night Vienna for James the Cat, we think. 1, 2, 3 was enough, and Big Bird moves on into the KEW's HMV Steelbook Scrap main event in a few weeks, ladies and gentlemen. 5 weeks away. You can see the blood dripping from the CEO's forehead, but he'll be happy to have put himself in the conversation for the briefcase. He'll be more than happy with that one. He'll know he was in a scrap with James the Cat. As you can see, he's looking out over him, and maybe he's thinking and pondering about what to do with the rest of the KEW athletes. But thank you for watching this episode of KEW, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, we said last week we'd have 2 HMV qualifier matches. Next week, we promise we'll have 2 HMV qualifier matches on the cards for you. And then after that, we'll have a few other exciting matches, I dare say, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you for watching this week's KEW Live, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.